Welcome back to the channel. I am Autumn, and today we are going to dive into the interesting world of ASMR and autism. I'm gonna brush your hair. Hold on, I'm gonna brush your hair. I have a question that I wanted answered, so I went and did some research. The question today is, what is the science behind autistic people being drawn to ASMR? The science behind why many autistic people are drawn to ASMR is found in how autism affects sensory processing and emotional regulation. And so here's a breakdown of what we're going to be looking into. Why are people with autism heavily drawn to ASMR? Let's go ahead and change fidgets really quick here. This is my go-to. So number one, sensory processing differences. So autistic individuals often experience heightened or reduced sensitivity to sensory input, sound, touch, visuals, etc. So we can see the spectrum in this text, right, that we just read. We have the heightened or reduced sensitivity. Autism does not look the same in everyone. It is different from person to person. My autism is going to look entirely different from another person's autism. ASMR usually features gentle, controlled, repetitive sounds that are predictable and low stimulation, making them soothing rather than overwhelming, like whispering, tapping, or brushing. So ASMR typically avoids sudden loud noises or changes, which can be distressing for those with sensory sensitivities. Yeah, I don't know many people that enjoy loud jolting noises. I would think that anything like that may create more anxiety than a relaxing environment. And if you've ever lived with anyone, a parent, a sibling, child, friend, or family member that was chaotic or disruptive, you'll know what I'm talking about. And when I say chaotic or disruptive, I'm not talking about people that have no control over their known disabilities. So controlled input, it allows autistic viewers to engage with sensory experiences on their terms. When we live our day-to-day lives, yes, we have a lot of sensory input constantly coming at us. So the fact that we can pick out the sounds that we want to engage in, and when we want to engage in them, is really a nice feature to add to our lives. Number two, self-regulation and emotional soothing. ASMR videos can trigger a tingling sensation, and that's what I read is that it's usually in the scalp, like the head, or down the spine or back, and bring a sense of calm, similar to deep pressure therapy or white noise. And that makes sense because I used to listen to white noise all the time. I listen to white noise a lot. And even my kiddos who are autistic, they listened to white noise when they were like babies and toddlers. It just helped soothe them to sleep. So that makes sense. So deep pressure therapy or white noise, which are known to help autistic individuals I lose English when I start recording. I don't know what it is. There, I did it again. What the heck? Self-soothe and regulate their nervous systems. Is anyone out there aware while watching or listening to ASMR that it gives you a tingling sensation? So when you're watching ASMR, do you notice it giving you a tingling sensation, or is it just something that is kind of like subconscious. This is especially appealing during meltdowns, shutdowns, or after overstimulation. Helping to create a sense of safety and calm. My question for the viewers is, have you tried to watch or listen to AMR? What the heck? My brain has delayed thought process and response, so forgive me. So my question to you, the viewers, is, so have you tried to watch or listen to ASMR when you're going through a meltdown, a shutdown, or overstimulation? I've personally watched ASMR while being overstimulated, and surprisingly, for me, it helped calm my nerves. I thought actually that it would make it worse because my brain was already overwhelmed, but this will be different for everyone. And it may not even be the same for me every time. It could just change because, you know, our moods change, situations change, and what worked yesterday unfortunately might not work today. Number 3, stimming alternative. Stimming is a repetitive movement or sounds used to regulate input or emotion, and it is common in autism. ASMR can act as a passive or auditory stim, offering the same regulatory benefits without needing to physically stim. So I find this interesting because I've noticed this in myself. When I put on music and I'm able to sing or just listen to the music, I find myself doing my actual stims less. So it would kind of be like listening to ASMR or watching ASMR. It might actually help somebody physically stim less. And that's what music has done for me. My stims I've done pretty much all of my life, which include picking, lip picking. I'll feel my face and my head to see if I can find something to pick. Fingernail picking. I'll also hum or do vocal sounds. I'll also do certain body movements like toe curling. I'll curl my toes. I'll do my jaw stretching, which is kind of like that. And it's not that I need to like stretch my jaw for comfort, although sometimes it is because I'm going through orthodontics, but I've done it all of my life. So it's like stretching my jaw as a stim because there's like a sensation behind it. Toe tapping and leg rocking. So I'll tap my toes like on the floor or my foot, or I'll rock my leg back and forth. It would be a good experiment to put on ASMR when I feel the need to stim and see if that gives me the same benefit of actually stimming. I need to try this. And if you've tried it, let me know. Did it work for you? Or if you are going to experiment with it also, let me know if it works. That's a really good experiment to try. Number 4, social interaction without pressure. So many ASMR videos include personal attention, like role plays, haircuts, medical checkups, things like that, which provide a simulation of human connection without the unpredictability or demands of real interaction. So this is a huge plus for autistic individuals who may struggle with traditional social environments. So I actually had to do some research on what personal attention ASMR was. And here's a little clip of me not knowing what personal attention ASMR is from the last video. I'm really curious about the Personal attention ASMR, what the heck is that? Haircuts, doctor visits? What are they, like the sound of a haircut? But what's the sound of a doctor visit? I don't understand that. And from what I got out of it is basically you're watching or listening to someone else go through something that would be considered personal, like a doctor visit or an eye exam, or where the creator, like the ASMR creator, will be talking to the camera and basically simulating that you are the person they are putting makeup on or rubbing lotion like on the face. Just basically like pampering you and talking to you through this. I can see how some of these would help with learning how to deal with the anxiety of or going to public places. Personally, I didn't like the personal attention ASMR, and I watched a handful of them just to kind of get like the feel of it and what it was. I found it to be overwhelming. It was very overwhelming for me because of the attention and real close encounters with their face. Like real close encounters with their face. Okay, I mean, that may not be close enough. Real close encounters with their face. This may even not be close enough. I don't know. It was really close. So it'll be like, hold on, I'm gonna put some lotion on your face. Here you go. I'm gonna put it on your forehead. I'm gonna brush your hair. Hold on, I'm gonna brush your hair. It just seemed like they were in my personal bubble, if that makes sense. This obviously won't be the case for everyone, especially those on the spectrum. The spectrum is called a spectrum for a reason. It's not, we're all not gonna enjoy the same thing. It's gonna be different all across the board. I don't know, if you haven't checked personal attention ASMR out, I don't know. I'm not like suggesting you go check it out, but I don't know, it may be something that could help you. It may not be something that could help you. Number 5, neurological response. Some research suggests that ASMR activates areas of the brain involved in reward, emotion, and empathy, like the medial prefrontal cortex. How many times do we need to say it? And nucleus accumbens? I'm not sure how you say that. These areas may be wired differently in autistic individuals, potentially making them more sensitive to the calming effects of ASMR. So let's break that down a bit more for us that need it broken down a little bit more. I needed it broken down more. So neurological response in the broken down clear terms, like a better way to understand it. ASMR doesn't just feel nice to those of us on the spectrum. It actually affects how our brain works. When we listen to calming ASMR sounds, certain parts of our brain light up, hey! Specifically, the parts that handle feel-good feelings, like the reward part of our brain, emotions, and understanding others, so empathy. These parts include things like the medial prefrontal cortex, hey, I said it right, and the nucleus accumbens. I'm not sure if I'm saying that one right or not. I'm sure somebody will let me know if I am. Fancy names for areas that help us feel calm, connected, and happy. In autistic brains, these areas may work a little differently than non-autistic brains. That's not a bad thing. It just means that we may feel ASMR more strongly, or it might help us more than it helps other people. When we say ASMR is calming for us, like us autistic people, we're not making it up. It's not a made-up thing. Like, it's calming. Our brains are built in a way that allows those sounds to be extra soothing. I don't listen to it regularly because I find myself stimming with my usual stims more than seeking something new out. But that may be because of my age. I might just be settled in my ways. Maybe not settled in my ways, but I know that it helps me. I know that the stims that I use help me. And at this point, I have had the same stims for most of my life. However, I would like to experiment. There it goes again. No English today. I'm sorry, no English today. I would like to experiment to see when I find myself stimming, like if I watch or listen to ASMR, if it would cut back on like my physical stimming. I don't know if that would be a healthy avenue or not, but that's why it's called an experiment, I suppose. Just to try something new, see if it helps. But like I said earlier, it's just different from day to day. Like one thing might work this day, and then the next day, that thing that you tried may not work. There's variations to our day. Anyway, this was my second video on this topic, ASMR and autism. First video was titled The ASMR Truth No One Talks About, and it will pop up at the end of this video, so go check that out if you're interested in hearing more on this topic. I may do another video on this and just turn it into like a small series. I find this really interesting. It's one of my deep dives right now, so I just thought I would share that with everyone. If you enjoyed our time together, please click the thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. We would enjoy having you as a part of our community. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I appreciate your time, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.